Hey, what is good, everyone? So everyone is still spamming build videos for NBA 2K24 and the game isn't even out yet, and there's a lot of considerations that people are not making that I definitely believe are worth discussing, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. But before we do, if you guys could hit that like and subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it, as well as definitely send this video to someone that you're going to be playing NBA 2K24 with so that they don't make the wrong build. Now, I'm most definitely guilty of making this first mistake, and that is since everyone opened up the builder and we've seen how difficult and expensive badges are, we've all made the unconscious connection that those badges are going to be super overpowered and that we need Hall of Fame badges. When I was thinking about what build I want to make at 2K24, I knew I wanted to make a lockdown, so I was like, okay, I need Hall of Fame glove this year, Hall of Fame clamps, I'm stealing everything. And looking at the builds that are able to get that 99 steal and super high perimeter defense, you can see it completely limits other aspects of your game, and it's most definitely the same with every other attribute. As you can see, to get Hall of Fame limitless, you need a 99 three-point shot, and the tallest build for a 99 three-point shot is at 6'5". But while we were lusting over builds that more represent pure archetypes or dual archetypes, and dismissing all-round builds that are more similar to 2K23 that you were definitely able to make in the 2K24 builder, we ignored the facts that we really got news from Mike Wang a couple weeks earlier that said ratings and defensive coverage are the most important factors when determining your green window size. Badges play a role, but a much smaller role, like icing on the cake. And what the 2K community dissected from this tweet was that badges aren't going to matter as much as they did in previous years, where badges used to make your player super OP. I believe there was also a Twitter space where one of the devs was confirming that attributes are going to be the most important thing in 2K24, not necessarily your badges. But then, as I said, when the 2K24 builder was released, we saw how capped our badge potential was unless we maxed out our players in certain attributes, limiting their abilities in others just to reach those higher badge tiers. So we assumed that those super high up badges are going to be really overpowered. Now, the other thing that we have to mention is that your badge progression is not permanent anymore. The badge system is now a performance-based system, which is actually further evidence for my point that I don't think badges are going to matter this year. Because if we think that only the best players that are always shooting from deep shots are they're not going to be the only players that can maintain a Hall of Fame limitless range, because let's be honest, the average person may shoot a limitless range shot playing Pro-Am or Park maybe once every 10 games. So if 2K is assuming that the average player is not going to be able to maintain those Hall of Fame badges, only the most skilled players are going to be able to get the Hall of Fame badges. So if 2K is trying to make a more balanced game for the casual, why on earth would they give the most skilled players such a gigantic boost in their ability that's already far superior to the people that they're playing against? Now let's think about this in a super extreme example. Let's say an absolute trash player needs Hall of Fame catch and shoot to shoot consistently. If the badge is so important they can't maintain Hall of Fame catch and shoot, then why would 2K give it to the absolute sweats but not the other players if it mattered so much? If it's a small boost, then I can definitely see why 2K would do something like that. But if badges do make as much of a difference as they have in previous years, then this performance-based system doesn't make sense. I'm also adding this afterwards because I forgot to mention it. The whole reason I'm talking about why Hall of Fame badges aren't as useful as gold badges is because you can lock in your gold badges. Because in 2K24, you get a certain amount of badges that you can lock in so they will not go down. So you can have them permanently at gold even if you're not using them. Whereas there's no option to do that for Hall of Fame badges. So what is the point of me telling you all this? When you make your build, maybe don't be too overly consumed in trying to get those Hall of Fame badges. Because one, potentially they're going to be very difficult to maintain. And two, they may not make as big of a difference as you believe. The other tweet I want to bring back up from August 16th is that Mike Wang said Fade's got a buff in the mid-range and a big nerf at the 3. Now, Fades weren't necessarily underpowered at the mid-range this year, which means that shot creators are most definitely on your back. This is definitely a Ticino type year. And I think a lot of people need to be looking into that, especially considering how expensive three-point shooting is. If maybe you're just trying to run up the twos or you're trying to be an ISO guard, then maybe we sacrifice that 3-ball, max out our mid-range instead. It's less expensive, so we have more points to put towards other things. It also gives you some really good shooting badges that is way easier to upgrade your mid-range compared to upgrading your 3-ball. So it can unlock potential badges that you wouldn't be able to get if you were upgrading your 3-ball as an alternative. And talking about that, I want to talk about this build that Simply Grinding posted on Twitter. He said he's going to drop a full video on it soon, so if you're interested in lockdowns like I am, I recommend staying tuned for that video. But he said this build gets a 93 perimeter deep defense, which gives you gold clamps plus gold defensive badges. And as I said, those Hall of Fame badges you cannot put as an untouchable, so you will be able to keep your gold defensive badges even if you're not using them as much. Then you get 90 driving dunk, which gives you contact dunks and gold precision dunker. You get 85 ball handling, which is supposedly the best dual moves for 6'8 builds. 85 steal, which gives you silver glove and interceptor / right stick reaper. 85 strength, which is maxed out strength, silver immovable enforcer, which for a guard is probably going to be pretty overpowered and not getting dunked on. 80 block, which gives you silver chase down artist, 81 speed, which gives you silver speed booster with a 6'7" wingspan, and then he said the 3-ball is 78 exactly, and then if you go to, I believe it's elite, you get a +5 to 10 3-point shooting boost for your affiliation, so it could be like an 83 or an 88, so that's a pretty good 3-ball. But now what I'm thinking is if we went a little bit smaller, we got 6'6", we get higher ball handling, higher speed, we lose a bit on the block, we get higher steal, higher perimeter defense, and then we upgraded our media a lot more instead of our 3-ball, we could really be a deadly force focus on the twos and just at ISO in general, we'd still get a really high catch and shoot, so we might be able to shoot from the corner as long as we had like a 60 or 73 ball. And then we might be a tough offensive ISO option and still almost a pure perimeter lockdown. But either way, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. I really, really do appreciate it. And I'm out. See you.